Hi guys and welcome to Chirpse. With me, your host Glow. If you don't know, then get to know. I am back with last week's guest, Krystal with the Krystals. If you can't see the brows, then go check out her Instagram, which is in the link below. And this is my trusty assistant producer, Sinead. And as you can tell, we've got a pink theme going on. Wait, show them the hair.
Yeah!
Show them the hair, girl. This was not planned. This was not planned.
We just coordinated.
We locked in for real. So we're running out of time as always. So we're gonna try and be speedy with the dilemmas. This week Sinead's gonna be co-hosting and read the dilemmas because I want the element of surprise. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh. So the first one we have is from a she/her. She's 23. She's from London. She said, "My boyfriend is white and I think it ruins my vibe." So I'm a mixed girl. That's crazy. The vibe, like I hear it, but it's like she said. So I'm a mixed girl with mostly black and mixed friends. My friends are also queer. I feel like I can tell when the vibe changes when I meet new people or I'm at functions with POC majority when people see me with my white boyfriend. Okay, it makes me seem less cool. People assume I only date white men, which isn't true. I have a history of being with other black women. I feel sometimes that like I'm living a double life when I'm not with my friends and it's just him. And when it's just with him, I'm entirely myself. But when I introduce him to other people, I feel like I need to explain or compensate for why I'm with him. He's funny and understanding and he gets on great with my close friends. When I'm hanging out with my single black girlfriend, it feels like some kind of running joke. I don't think it's a reason to end a really happy relationship, but I find myself not bringing him out with me for these reasons. For context, he's not making people feel uncomfortable. He's genuinely a great guy. He's just a straight white man.
You know, I had a bit of discourse on Twitter about this recently.
Is it?
So I wanna just get to it, right? So I went to Black Pride.
Yeah.
I was with a group of black queer people and like one or two Asian people joined us. I was like, cool, whatever. And I did notice like a lot of white presence at Black Pride. Again, it didn't bother me because I was there in my black queer bubble. And then I went to a black queer after party. I was in my bubble. Cool, right? Every year when Black Pride occurs, there's discourse on Twitter. People are rightfully complaining about like, you know, white people taking up too much space, like blah 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 blah. In my ideal world, right, at certain events which are specifically curated for blackness, I want it to be just black. But I understand that that's not reality and that's not how things are gonna go. So cool, whatever, right? But it then made me think about shame when it comes to white partners. I have dated white people before. They're not my type. But I don't care. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm never gonna date a white person because I don't know. Right? It's just not my preference. However, if I had a white partner, right, I would only date a white partner if I had no shame. The fact that you feel shame and the fact that like this is like because don't get me wrong, people do judge you. But like people are always gonna judge you. So I'm like, if it bothers you that badly, then I don't think you should have a white partner right now because it's like it's so unfair as your partner for him to have to like, even if you're not expressing this to him, for him he can definitely sense like a shift, like
in the eyes.
Like, do you know how awful it is to feel like your partner's ashamed of you or that they might be having like insecurities about bringing you out? That's not nice. I want my partners to be proud of me, like when we step out, like obviously as a white partner as well, obviously I'm not white, but if I was a white partner as well, I would also know my place. If we're in like certain spaces which are like specifically black and queer, me as a straight white man, like, I'm gonna so there might be some times that I'm gonna be like, do you know what, I don't think it's a good idea for me to come because like this is your time to have space for your community. Like I don't think it's appropriate for me to take up space right here. Or if it is, it might be a thing of like, I'm gonna come for a bit and then leave you to like, you know, make friends within your community. Like there's ways to work around it, but I'm like, if the shame is bothering you that badly, then I think you need to leave this man alone because it's not fair to put that on somebody else. You are obviously just not equipped to have a white partner, and that is okay. You don't have to date white. Nobody forced you. Nobody forced you. As you said, you mostly have dated black queer women. And that, have you had problems with that? It seems not. So I don't know why you decided to step out and try something new when you knew that you couldn't handle it.
Yeah, that is the thing. But on the flip side, because the only boyfriend I have had has been like white, and people, or like I used to talk to a lot of white boys and I used to get taken the piss out of a lot for that. And same like her, I would feel kind of like ashamed being like, oh, like bring him around my black friends. But then at the same time I was like, do you know what? he's my boyfriend. He treats me better than anyone else I'm speaking to right now. That's my man. And if you have a problem with it, that's your business. So I feel like that's how you should feel as well. Like if that's your partner, you need to kind of like stand 10 toes down and tell your friends, like pattern up, like okay, he's white and what? As long as he's not being like a racist or like homophobic or anything around them, then I honestly don't see what the problem is. You know, if he's like one of those white boys, like, you know, we rocking with Mark because Mark is rocking with us. Like, then cool, because
like, as you said, your close friends like vibe with him. So like, that's what matters.
Don't feel shame. Like if he's treating you nicely, because as well in these streets, it's
cold
out here. So if you have a good one, lock it down.
And I really have a lot of empathy for specifically black women and femmes who end up dating outside of their race, because it is hard. Like the level of like misogyny that they're dealing with within their own community, it's mad. So listen, we don't judge you. But I would just say, just be a bit more mindful. Be a bit more mindful about why you brought him to the section, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, like just stand 10 toes, and if you're still feeling that kind of conflict, I think release him, man. Like, because it's not fair. It's like nobody forced you to date white. Nobody forced you. Nobody like
to date white.
Yeah, and the thing is, I even like, because the last time I dated a white person, and when I say white, I mean like white, like British, like English.
I had like a proper English, like as well.
He this was like 2 years ago, and like, the thing is, I wasn't expecting to get into it. It was just like I went on Tinder. I thought it was gonna be like a quick bam bam. We ended up really getting along, and then we naturally fell into a relationship, and I was happy with that. Like I would bring him out, and I didn't feel any shame. But when I did bring him out, I was bringing him out to certain spaces. Like I would bring him out to like my house parties with my fashion friends, where it was very mixed ethnic group, or like I would bring him out to like stuff with my close friends. I wouldn't bring him to like Pussy Palace.
But like also regardless, you don't need to bring your boyfriend or your girlfriend out to every single function.
That's the thing,
So it's actually not that deep.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually not that deep. If you know your friends are gonna have a problem with it and it is a queer space, then just leave him at home.
That's the thing. Because my issue is less with like the fact that he's white or the fact that he's straight. It's more so like, are you bringing him to appropriate spaces? Because why, like, not that you have, but I'm like, as an example, your straight white boyfriend does not need to be at the Black Queer Club.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't. He can drop you off and pick you up for safety, but can he not just call you an Uber?
Yeah.
Like, it's not everywhere.
There you go, baby.
Solution. Yes.
Dilemma solved.
Next
You're
dilemma.
supposed to bring their man to the club. You're supposed to leave him at home.
Yeah. All your ladies leave your man at home. The covers from the bars and the buckets on
Okay, this one's from she, her. She's 21 and she's from London. And she said, my partner is too perfect. I recently started dating someone and he's so sweet, honestly. I've been in lots of really shitty relationships my whole life, like throwing things while fighting, cussing out your parents, expert level gaslighting relationships. And now I'm scared that that's what I'm used to. They've never given me a reason to feel that way in the few months we've been together, and I haven't felt this secure and loved ever in my life before. However, I can't help but feel like I'm constantly waiting for the other shoe to drop, to the point where I feel like I assign suspicion where it's not needed. A while back, I saw pads that were left in the bathroom that I know I never used while I was there. I asked about it, and he openly admitted that they were just for his friend, and I have no reason to think that he's lying at all. He cooks me breakfast, holds me when I cry, constantly reassures me. I feel guilty for feeling this way, but it's all I've ever known. How do I get over these habits so I can be with the partner the way they deserve?
Oh baby, first of all, like I'm really glad that you have somebody, so I'm getting emotional. I'm really glad that you have somebody who's like that kind of empathetic and caring, and like, cause you know, like when people are like, when you're dating someone and they're kind of like jealous or suspicious of you, it's irritating. It really is.
Yeah. I don't know.
So like I mean, yeah, same, but like, no, like I'm glad that like he's patient and empathetic with you. Also, sorry, that's a sign of a good man. A man that has tampons and pads in his bathroom, that's a good man, Savannah. He's a good man, Savannah. Yeah.
Oh, it's like, okay, so I kind of understand where she's coming from, because I feel like, especially in this day and age, we're just always waiting for something bad to happen, because we hear so many like horror stories of cheating allegations, gaslighting, and all of that. But as people have said, like, men are not. It's not you're not dating the same person. Like everyone is different at the end of the day, and what you don't want to do is like ruin the time that you do have with him by just thinking of the the worst case scenario. It's just like, enjoy your time. Like, you secured the bag, babe. You've got what all of us are searching for. Do you know what I'm saying? You won the prize. So it's just like, appreciate it whilst it's there. Do you know what I mean? Because you're just gonna make yourself feel bad and be kicking yourself all the time. I think you really do need to kind of like heal and get over those bad men. But then I also think you should maybe talk to him about that and be like, I'm not trying to harbor bad feelings towards you. It's just because of past things. And like, from what I'm hearing in the message, he probably will be understanding of that and kind of reassure you that like, it's okay, I'm doing this. Like, I met a guy one time, and he was saying that he's like a healer, and he's met a lot of broken women, and like he tries to like fix them, not because like he wants to, but being like, you are worthy of love, you are worthy of attention. And so if you have a man like that, babe, do it, like heal, because don't just think like, oh, all you deserve is badness, because none of us do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so. And definitely, as you said earlier, therapy, if you can, because this person's 23, right? 21. They're 21. Oh, baby, there's so many free therapy resources for your age. If you want, message me and I'll send you some. And I feel like sometimes people like underestimate how bad their trauma is, because an abusive relationship, most people who are in abusive relationships have PTSD. And so I don't think you're realizing that like you have a diagnosable like traumatic, I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I mean like your experience like is very traumatic. Like that's very traumatic, and it's like it's so
sorry, hard to go through that, babe. Yeah,
it's like obviously coming out of a bad relationship and going into a good one isn't gonna be an instant fix. Like you're probably even like beating yourself up because you think, oh, like why am I still acting like this? Like, like I have a good guy, but it's like it takes time to. As long as you spend in those toxic relationships, is as long as the work is gonna be, if not longer. Like, but you've got somebody good in your corner. Like, I'm sure you have great friends. You sound like a nice person. Like, I'm really rooting for you. And you're fucking 21.
Yeah, you got time.
You are in such a good position to heal right now, and like you've got an amazing partner to back you up, and I wish you the best of luck. Please give us an update like in a few months. I want to know how.
Yeah, I mean it's bad habits, but guess what? Bad habits.
We all have them. Like,
do you know what I'm saying?
We're all traumatized.
So,
like, me, like
you can untraumatize yourself though, as long as you're understanding your feelings and where those like things are coming from. Then it's okay. As long as you don't like do badness back, girl, you good. Enjoy that good man. Otherwise, send him away.
You're 23.
Yeah, I'm baby too. I'm a baby too.
This is a date them. They're 26 and they're from London. My best friend is mad delusional. She ghosted me a while back and called me the other day to tell me she has a white man BF months in. And she said he's gonna propose to her. Y'all, this is a cis-het relationship. LMAO, what do I do? I'm queer and MB and I can't stand men as well, let alone a white man. She thinks that that's the problem and not them knowing each other for 3 months. Sometimes you just have to live with love. Like,
that's the thing. Why are you taking paracetamol for someone else's headache?
Like,
maybe because like
people will meet within 2 weeks and get married and stay together for like 50 years. Yeah. Just you.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I agree. I think your friend is a fool. But like, what does that like? Because listen, I've carried my friend's headaches for too long. My friends, they know what I've gone through with you people. Please. But like, okay, I would not even listen. I understand your aversions towards straight white men as a black queer person. Fairs, that's cool. Let's park it to the side. That ain't got nothing to do with you, honey. Like, that ain't got nothing to do with you. And if it bothers you that much, then leave them alone. But the main thing that should actually be a point of like care and concern is that, okay, as a friend, right, I am concerned that I feel like my friend might be rushing into a marriage with somebody that she's known for three months. Because if it's a relationship, I actually don't care. Yeah. But marriage is actually a big thing. Like, it's a legal thing as well. And it might also be signs, no shade, but it might be signs of like, I have bipolar disorder. It might be signs of like a mood disorder. It might be signs of borderline personality disorder. Like, you don't know what kind of components have made your friends susceptible to being married in 3 months. Sorry, that's madness to me. That's madness. You know, some people don't even say I love you in 3 months, which to me is madness. But like, let's leave him alone, like in terms of the whiteness and the maleness. Like, shut the fuck up. But when it comes to the marriage, if like you know, ask her about it, because you know sometimes when you feel like your friend's in a shitty relationship, right, and you kind of pull back, that is the worst thing to do. Like, your friend needs community right now.
Yeah, your friend needs you, and as well, I think maybe what you need to do is like sit your friend down like on a serious level and be like, what is really going on, because maybe they just have like a need to feel loved and want love. So the first person who's like, I want to marry you, they're like, yes, marry me, because your friend might feel like they won't get married again, or someone won't love them.
They need to lock them in now.
Yeah, they need to lock them in now.
Or...
So I wouldn't say just like bun your friend and be like, oh yeah, you're delulu. Like, yes, but like, who don't love a delulu girl? Like, we're all delulu and so one way or another. Let's be fucking for real. Like, I think just like really get to the root of the problem, but do it in a nice way, because the more you like push and be against it, you're just gonna push them into the arms of their fiancé. You know what I mean? Oh, my friends don't like me, babe, you're the only one. It's just me and you against the world. So like, do you want that? Yes or no? You don't. So it's just like, take it with like consideration and again mindfulness, and just try and do it in a very nice and like demure way, you know, a very cutesy way. Like that is your friend at the end of the day, and like friends usually last longer than the boyfriends. So just like always take care of your friend first, and like, or even get a couple other girlfriends.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if you need to intervene,
intervention, but like in a nice way, not like not ambush.
But I feel like build her up to the because I've dealt with friends like this, like she gonna listen to this, but you know what you did to me, you know what you put me through. I love you, girl. But like sometimes you need to pretend to be supportive. If you don't agree with the relationship, that's sometimes you just need to swallow it. Still like just because by being approving, she is the one who's going to come to you and be like, oh, my man did this today, and then when things are bad, she might tell you, oh, you know, like Mike's a bit like, you need to like get closer to her so that she isn't isolated, so that like when things do go bad, or if there are red flags or bad signs, then you will be the one to pick up on them, and then you know, if you need to gather the girls and like intervene, you can intervene, but like stop that wedding, and don't cut her off, because if you stop being friends with her now, then you won't be invited to the wedding, and then you won't be able to say I object. Okay, cool. Let me know how that goes. We have to wrap up right now, but we did have one last dilemma, which I really wanted to read because it's a pressing matter. Okay. They, them, 23, England. Title is Mr. Worldwide Abuser. My ex-friend is a serial abuser. If you don't listen to your gut, bad things will happen. A phrase I have learned to despise because my gut is always right and I hate that. As a black queer person, I think we all need to surround ourselves with other black queer friends and groups in our community. This person, no. Their friend group, no. Run away, in fact. I'm angry because my ex-friend and friend group are very popular black creatives in London. My ex-friend is an abuser, physically, mentally, sexually, and their friend group protects them. I've known them for a while, and they've changed so much. They abused multiple people in their hometown, started to get a bad rep, and then moved to London. The way they talk to people and present themselves is a fake persona. Every time you see their friend group, the people change faster than a buffet plate because they would hurt every person individually, then exile them from the friend group when they get bored of them, and then try to turn everyone against that one person, like they did to me. You would see them online pretending that they care about the black community, especially the queer black community, but they are harming queer black people like behind the scenes. One of the things they did to me was invite me to an event, then say it was cancelled, just for me to find out that my whole friend group was there, or would just invite the whole friend group but not me. I did ask them how I think it's unfair that the whole friend group would be invited but not me. They would twist my words and tell me how people in friend groups can hang out or duo or with multiple different groups. Although that is true, when your whole friend group is invited somewhere, wouldn't you wonder why you weren't? Mind you, when the others in that friend group would make plans, I was invited all the time. Blah blah blah. Baby, I'm gonna have to skip some of this because you gave me so much exposition. You're probably wondering, why haven't you just called out your friend? They've lied to everyone that I didn't want to go, or I was busy, and everyone else took their word for it. Turns out they didn't invite me to particular events because I was fat and didn't suit their aesthetic. Maybe they thought my fat rolls would stop them from getting opportunities, or maybe if I hug them, they would get diabetes even though I don't have it. Sorry. Every time I would tell them about a date I had, an idea, my weight would be mentioned. That's so wicked. They got in my head so much that I can't go into detail about what they did to me. My question is, thank you for getting to the question. How would I be able to warn people about them without revealing my identity? They fucked me up so much, I even thought of taking my own life, and also needed weeks of therapy. I'm not the only one who has gotten to this point. I want my story to be heard and understood. This person shouldn't be around people from what they've done to me and a lot of other people. So many people are afraid to speak out about this person. It's funny because they've hurt so many people in 2 different countries, England and their hometown. I'm not the only one thinking of doing this because people have done it before. but the damage was little to nothing. Now there are more victims. They're literally Mr. Worldwide Abuser. This was a lot, but I hope it makes sense. Have a good day. Firstly, I hope you're okay.
But I think you got to do the old-fashioned way. Collect information, burn a Twitter, air out the business.
Yeah.
That's an air out the business. Make sure that your story isn't. Make it as vague as possible, and make sure that everyone's stories are quite vague, but they're all corroborating the same thing.
Yeah.
You'll get traction. People see it, and then people put 2 and 2 together and figure out who you're talking about. Or you can just air out who's doing it that way.
Yeah.
Like,
if you don't want to be known, then
yeah, but it's just like that's just the good old fashioned way Twitter bait out because it always works.
I would say, well, firstly, message me because like I will like I'm happy to like speak to you and like give you some longer advice because I know we have to be brief. But like, why do I feel like I know who this person is?
What's his name?
There's like 2 people that could be you.
We gonna cut this out.
Huh?
You gonna cut this out?
Don't give me more work to do. We'll say it off cam. But yeah, I would say one, obviously you have been personally hurt by this person, like they've been fatphobic and bullied you. But I would say like you need to make a list of priorities. The priorities is like sexual, physical abuse. So like when you're even communicating these things, you want to kind of make sure that you don't sound like you're just trying to like make it about your personal issues, even though they're very, very, very valid, and that is complete bullying, and I'm really sorry you had to go through that. But sometimes, because there's abusers I don't like in like the Black queer community, but then I know that if I was to communicate this to other people, because of my ego, because of the fact that like I don't like this person, I might kind of like mix up my personal issues with them amongst the fact that they are an abuser. So I feel like you need to really make that clear in the way that you communicate that. You said that there's other victims as well. Make a group chat. Designate somebody as the leader of the group. Like really put this information down on a timeline.
Like even then, it's just like if you're talking about like genuine like physical abuse and sexual abuse, that's illegal. So you can literally like if you get with the other victims and you put a report together, you can send that to the police and let them handle it. But also I do feel like this person needs to be exposed because I think I was quiet because I was just like deep in the situation because I'm like
it's so scary. Like they could be anywhere.
And that's like a danger to so many other people within the community. It's disgusting. Like how
this friendship group hopping that they're doing an abuse because
like moving from one place to another place to continue to abuse people is fucking scary. It's like that is it's criminal.
Shut that enterprise down. We're in the age of the internet where people do get paid out and they need to be. And to be fair as well, anyone who knows that this person is abuser and is like protecting them, you are also wrong for that. Like you need to like in your head deep what type of person you are. So you need to like look at those people as well and unfriend them. I'm so sorry. I don't care if they're your friends. If they're letting shit like that slide, they have morals that are not good. I'm so sorry. Like. Because if you're letting that go, what else are you letting go? Do you know what I'm saying? You have to look at people like that. But like you were saying, I think get with the other victims, corroborate. What's the word? Corroborate your stories, and like just get the pure facts and the hard evidence because otherwise you can't deny it. Facts and figures. At the end of the day.
But message me, and if I can help, I will. If you guys decide to air out on stories, I will happily use my platform and air out on stories because I'm so fucking sick of these cycles. Like, it actually makes me really mad because like there have been times where I'm thinking of one Black queer abuser in particular, right? And I was briefly involved with them. We were good friends, and then one of my friends reached out to me and was like, hey, I'm friends with somebody who was victimized by this person and they have like a long trail of abuse and then hopping from town to town to town. That's why I think it might be this person. And listen, I messaged the abuser. I was like, listen, I'm cutting contact. I've heard this. Whether or not it is true, it is enough for me to dissociate from you completely. And then when I had some mutual friends who ended up being this person's new friendship group, and I let them know. And tell me why, this was like years ago. To this day, I still see them in film pictures with all them people. And I'm like...
Do you know how many people there are in the world? It's just never that serious. And it's like, if you are trying to get close to an abuser just to build yourself up within the community, babe, sort your shit out. Like, you do not need these people, like, because that's how ditties are made. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you're so afraid to speak out because of the power that they hold. People don't have power unless you give it to them. And by you doing that, you are giving them more power because they're like, yeah, I can abuse who I want and get away with it. Because guess what? You're still gonna be my friend. You're still gonna hit me up for work. Cut them off. Like, I don't understand how you're just. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm really, yeah. Anyways, sorry to end on that note, but we got to go. Yeah.
I hope you're okay, babe. Whoever you are, like.
Yeah, I might.
Praying for you, seriously.
Because this is coming out in 2 weeks, but I might just post my Instagram story and ask the person to message me.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. I'm wishing you all the best of luck. And yeah, don't be afraid to reach out for help. And yeah, let me know if I can help as well. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of #AskGlow. If you don't know, then get to know. If you have any dilemmas of your own, then you can submit them using the link below. Thank you to my wonderful guest Krystal and my assistant producer Sinead. Love you lots. Bye. Oh, guys, thank you.